Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for part 3 of the Q&As, so let's go ahead and knock this out. Alright, first question. Why do heavy deadlifts, hex bar, and even Jefferson deadlifts make my chest sore? I have no idea, bro. Also, what are your thoughts on the Jefferson deadlift as a way to work through a back injury? I tried them today after tweaking my back last week, and they worked great. Well, why do they make your chest sore? That's just something that happens on some lifts. You know, it happens on some lifts. I get DOMs in my upper chest from weighted pull-ups every single time I do them. You know, it just is what it is. People need to understand the deadlift in general works almost every muscle in your body. Yes, a lot of them are in isometric or stretch positions, but it does work almost every muscle in the entire body. The lack of range of motion means it isn't ideal for hypertrophy, but truth be told, if a person did nothing but deadlifts day in and day out, they could still gain muscle. They'd still gain muscle and strength, and they could get reasonably jacked. Maybe not impressively jacked, but reasonably jacked just from the deadlift, right? Could happen. As far as Jefferson deadlifts, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Yes, I know Strap-on Destiny is a big fan and people do them because of him. I don't see what the benefit is. And I'm looking at the angles going on. I don't think it's any safer for your lower back. I think that's just the way that you felt that day. Back rehab happens, just like me. I had no back pain doing my front squats this last workout after straining an erector, right? You understand that doing 100 pounds less than I did there was excruciatingly painful just 2 weeks ago. Same exercise, back more weight. It's the way things work. I think that Jefferson deadlift create muscle imbalances. And no, changing your feet each time isn't going to work to fix that unless you draw little chalk lines and measure it and make sure that they're perfectly placed. I think it's a recipe for muscle imbalance, and I think it's a jerk-off partial exercise, and I think it's a waste of damn time. And I think I have no interest in promoting it or telling anyone to do it. There's worse lifts you could do, but I don't see what it brings to the table that you wouldn't get out of a conventional or sumo deadlift. I think it has no benefits. All right, next question. Hey Jason, I've started doing heavy cheat T-bar rows, so with leg drive but still not going beyond 45-degree torso angle. It feels like the ultimate compound movement, and I thought about if there's even any exercise that involves more muscles than this one, maybe excluding Olympic lifts. I really feel my legs working hard, so I should be hitting about the same muscles as on the deadlift, but with some added bicep involvement. Thoughts on this? Thanks, coach. My thoughts, you're going to get less lat work. I mean, why are you rowing? I mean, we do rows. We do rows as a full body exercise already, right? The pin lay row even works some of your posterior chain, right? That's understood. But your main goal is lat, mid-trap, bicep, forearm hypertrophy from rowing. What you are doing is removing lat. And I don't mean because you're cheating. I'm not one of those people who say that cheat reps make you, or making something more compound automatically means you work the target muscles less. Your angle is making you work the target muscle less, right? The angle you're doing. So no, I don't really think that this is that great. I think you would be better off just deadlifting and doing some sort of actual real pull for the upper body. I think you'd be better. I would say that if you want to get the benefits of like a full body thing like you're trying to do with this, I think you should go ahead and start doing the power clean. I think you need to learn how to clean. I think the clean will actually do what you're trying to do with this, and it's probably safer, better, and has better overall utility and athleticism. Just my opinion. I mean, just my opinion on it, you know. But, you know, do whatever you want to do, brother. All right, next question. At what weight squat should you start recommending using equipment, i.e. shoes and a belt? I will most likely never compete, so is using equipment just silly? Thanks. Shoes, I think you can start using squat shoes almost immediately, right? I mean, maybe not the first week. I would probably maybe have someone squat for a month with just flat shoes before I took them over to Olympic shoes. But I think squat shoes, and this is a stance I've changed on over the years, I think they have benefits. I think they allow for better range of motion. I think they allow for better knee torque and all that stuff. I think squat shoes are useful from day one. And I think they are useful from day one for building more muscle and strength. You know, once you learn the basics, like I said, not necessarily day one. Like the first month, you could probably just squat in chucks or something your first month, or work boots or anything. That's fine. Actually, work boots might even be a better choice. Then you probably need to go to a good Olympic shoe with elevated heels. I think you'll get benefits from it. Belt, if you're not going to compete in powerlifting or strength lifting or strongman, I don't think a belt's really necessary at all. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad choice. I'm not saying you couldn't potentially at times get some benefits from a belt. People understand I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is I think for people who are not going to compete and test their 1 rep max against other competitors, I don't think a lifting belt is particularly important or essential. I really don't, right? I don't. I just don't think it is. My opinion. I think it's overrated for anything other than a competitor. All right, next question. Are you going to start incorporating LISS cardio the deeper you get into your cut so you don't need to drop calories anymore? Other than walking my dog or sexy time or things like that, no, I'm not going to do any LISS cardio. What do you mean drop my calories lower? Why would I need to drop my calories lower? My maintenance isn't going to go under 3,000 calories. Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic here. I have almost 180 pounds of fat-free mass. If I need to increase my calorie burn, I'll just add an extra day of lifting eventually, right? And I might lose a little slower because I might be in a smaller deficit at that point, but that's not going to be necessary. I'm not going to have to drop my calories to 2,000 to keep losing fat. I carry too much muscle mass for that. That's not a problem. LISS cardio, in my experience now, and I agree with what the people at the Exoscan place observed in their strength athletes who they've watched this. My own observations, LISS cardio is a one-way ticket to muscle loss when you are in a calorie deficit. Not when you're bulking. I think for people who are bulking, I think LISS cardio has some real benefits, right? So I want to clarify that difference. But when you're trying to maximize body composition, my experience thus far, my opinion's changed. I think it's complete garbage. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that even some HIIT cardio might be garbage there. If you're trying to maximize muscle retention without using a bunch of drugs, I'm not impressed. Just eat less. Clean your diet up. Figure out what to do with your lifting so that you can lift more and recover from it, right? I don't think LISS cardio is a good idea. I don't. So no, I'm not going to be doing it. I'm trying to maximize muscle retention. I'm not saying daily activity, walking my dog and stuff like that. That's different. That needs to be done. Your day-to-day activities, that's fine. But adding actual LISS cardio, in my experience, nope. No, I'm not going to do it again. It had a negative effect. I'm not going to risk it further. All right, next question and last question of the week. Thoughts on a full day fast, 1 day per week, then maintenance, rest of the week, a constant daily deficit during a cut. I've heard this could be better for hunger control and muscle retention. I'm going to be honest with you, brother. I don't know what world you live in where you think a full 1 day fast is going to help your muscle retention. You are going to lose muscle. All right, let's make that clear. You're going to lose muscle. I do intermittent fasting right now for cutting, and let me explain how this works. I promise you I lose muscle during that fasted window, and I regain it during my big ass feed window because I'm eating 3,000 plus calories every evening with tons of protein, all right? You are going to lose muscle on a 24-hour fast, particularly if you go to only maintenance the very next day. Spread out. This is nonsense. And I know there are people who do it and it's popular and everything else, but if you're trying to maximize body composition, you need to learn to just eat a very small deficit every day. The key to hunger control and muscle retention, particularly the hunger control, look, I've got whole videos I'm doing about that. I discuss that a lot. That's an issue for me. That's something I have to master. I'm an overeater. Muscle retention, here's the key to muscle retention. Lift as much weight as you can recover from. eat sufficient protein and do not cut fast. That's how you retain muscle. 24-hour fast, I promise you're going to lose muscle on your cut. I guarantee you're going to lose muscle on that strategy. I almost guarantee it, unless you're a novice who can make new gains. So I think you just need to have a really small deficit every day. I think that's what you need to do. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.